Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. Isn't emotional compatibility part of a healthy relationship? And shouldn't emotional needs and wants be discussed within a relationship? For example, being told I love you, etc. I'm not saying having this emotional need fulfilled all the time, as I believe in being independent. But is it normal for individuals to want to feel wanted and loved on occasion by hearing the words? So the short answer is yes, absolutely. Emotional compatibility is a huge part of a healthy relationship. And I always encourage people to be looking for what you said, the compatibility piece. We don't want to be in partnership with someone where we just miss each other. Two good people who do life differently and so aren't emotionally compatible. And that happens sometimes. And people, again, two good people don't always make a good partnership. But yeah, the short answer is yes, of course, emotional compatibility is part of a healthy relationship. You also talk about, in the second part of your question, is it normal for individuals to want to feel wanted and loved on occasion by hearing the words? And that reminds me of Dr. Gary Chapman's 5 love languages, where you look at the different ways that we want to express and receive love. And it's a great model. So check it out. You can do the quiz online. My guess just from reading this question is that you like to hear I love you and that you like to receive love through what Dr. Chapman calls words of affirmation. And that's a great, like I said, it's a great model. It's very helpful for you to understand yourself, what you're looking for, how you like to receive love, and then recognize that maybe you might be in partnership with someone who likes to receive love differently. And that way, when you know that, you can give the love in the manner in which they like to receive it. But ultimately, to your point, I do believe that our job as we're dating is to try to find someone who we have that easy connection with, right? I talked about it in a podcast episode a while ago called Relationships Shouldn't Be All That Hard. There's a lot of rhetoric out here in the dating relationship space and the marriage world, like it's just really hard. And life is hard, yes. We always are fielding challenges. But when you meet the right person with whom you are naturally and organically compatible, I don't think relationships are all that hard. I've been in a lot of relationships, and my marriage to my husband is the easiest relationship I've ever been in. And that's what I want for all of us, to find that very extraordinary, unique, special, epic relationship that feels just so natural. You can be authentically yourself, and he is authentically himself, and it's just fluid and easy, to where you're not having to ask for your emotional needs to be met because they're just naturally able to do that. I know that feels like pie in the sky for some of us. I know over my years of dating, sometimes I felt like, does that really exist? But I held out hope for that. And I talk about hope in my podcast this week. So check that out if you're feeling like you need a little dose of hope. But ultimately, yeah, there's that tension between wanting these emotional needs to be met and recognizing, as you say, that we need to be independent, which I think is a really good point that you bring that up. And of course, you don't go into a relationship, you don't get married to be totally independent, right? You've done that. You're doing that as a single person. That being said, in my marriage, I don't expect my husband to make me happy. I still own that part of my independence as a woman, and we are hand in hand in partnership, still owning our own emotional health and being responsible for that. And to my mind, that's the way to have the strongest relationship. I hope that's helpful.